So what does financial freedom actually mean? It means different things to different people, and to me it means that my time is my own. I don't necessarily have to work, and my bills will still be paid for because I've got a solid bunch of passive income coming in. I don't have to answer to my boss. I can be the master of my own time. And there are actually a bunch of strategies that help you achieve financial freedom. And in this video, we're going to explore some of these. But before we dive into the strategies, let's just take a moment and think, is financial freedom something that a good Muslim should actually be aspiring to in the first place? Like, look, there's a whole bunch of positives that will come out of having financial freedom. So you won't have to prioritize your work over your family life or over your spirituality. No more missed salawat because of a team meeting or because of a client dinner that you have to attend. It will also mean that you'll be able to learn Arabic and fulfill your hobbies and your passions and study more Islamic studies. All of that is surely a good thing. But financial freedom isn't going to be a one fixed solution if your mindset isn't right. If your mindset is right, it's a great thing, but if your mindset is wrong, it's really problematic. Here are some mindsets that will be problematic. Brother, I want financial freedom because what I want to do is retire, and then I want to go to the masjid, spend some time doing the 5 salawat in the masjid, doing the tasbih, doing the tahajjud prayer, and really getting my connection up with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I want to retire and then I want to work for a charity shop. I want to retire, I want to enjoy myself a little bit, go to the highlands and go and ramble around in the mountains. But hang on. If you're going to retire and only then you're going to do ibadah, that's just such a misunderstanding of our religion. Islam is not a religion of retirement. Islam is not a religion contained to just the masjid. Islam is a religion of the marketplace and commerce and business and politics and everything, right? In media. Islam is a religion that is timeless. It is for all times, all places, all ages. And that means that you shouldn't have this idea that you're going to achieve financial freedom and then become a good Muslim. You should be becoming a good Muslim right now. The second thing is with charity. I mean, if you're going to work in a charity shop, that's great if you think that that is going to be the best use and the most impactful use of your time. And for a number of people, it will be, but not for everyone. Because we have this concept that, oh, charity is a good thing, therefore if I do it, that's going to be the best thing I possibly can do. It will be potentially a good thing for you to do, but it won't necessarily be the best thing that you can do. And that is related to the second point as well, which is, if you're looking to enjoy your life a bit and have a bit of fun, that's great, but that can't be your objective. That can't be the end in itself, because that is something that we have been told by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to leave till the akhirah, to Jannah. That's when you really enjoy yourself. This life is where you struggle. So to put all of that together, financial freedom is a great thing to be going for if you have a great end in mind. That is a key thing that you need to determine now before striving for financial freedom blindly. Because if you don't have a great end in mind, morally sound, Islamically sound, and really worthwhile and enjoyable in itself, then all you're going to end up doing is swapping one empty life for another empty life with financial freedom. And that is not going to be the thing that you're actually going for. With that said, if you do have a great goal in mind, financial freedom is a fantastic way of maximizing your ability to deliver that goal. So let's look at 4 key strategies in achieving financial freedom. So the first strategy is work hard, study hard, get the best exam results that you possibly can get yourself a really strong CV with lots of work experience, get yourself a really high-paying job, and then work for 4 to 10 years, perhaps in somewhere that is tax-free like the Middle East, earn lots of money, put that into property or stocks and shares, and build up a big pot, and then retire after that period of time and live off the yields. That would be you achieving financial freedom. Now, having said that, there's a few top tips to bear in mind. The first is you can work in things that are permissible, such as law, investment management, medicine, engineering. All of these fields have some really high-paying jobs available, particularly in tax-free jurisdictions. The other thing to say is, whilst you're on this career, during this 4 to 10 year period of working, make sure that you are keeping your purpose in mind. So for example, if you're a lawyer, you might do pro bono work alongside your day job to make sure that your purpose is being fed throughout this period as well. So the second strategy is everyone's favorite, which is buy-to-let mortgages and building up a property portfolio. And this is a great strategy and it does work. So let's say you're going to set aside about £25,000 to put down a deposit on a 100k house every single year for the next 10 years. What will happen is that you don't take any money out of that pot for the first 10 years, because every single time you buy a property, you use that 5 to 7k worth of rent coming in every year to just pay down that mortgage. So the idea is that the first property you bought, after 10 years, you will own that fully, and then any of the rent that comes from it will come to you directly. If you do that strategy successfully, then after 10 years, you will have 100k of a house fully owned, plus 7k in rent coming in annually. After 15 years, you will have £500,000 worth of property and about 35k in rent coming in annually. After 20 years, you will have £1 million worth of property and about £70,000 coming in rent every single year. So if you start at the age of 25 and you follow this strategy through until 40, 45, you could have a very, very comfortable living and a very, very comfortable, financial freedom life at that point. And this is not accounting for, by the way, your salary increasing and you reinvesting and selling certain of the properties over this 2-decade period. All of that is going to happen as well. So you're actually going to end up most likely making a bit more than these projections. So a very, very sound strategy, but the crucial things are start early and be consistent. So the third strategy is something that is a hidden gem. You could buy a small business, often very, very cheaply, 2 to 3 times its annual revenue even. So let's say, for example, that you buy a shoe cleaning business for 40,000 and it's turning over 20,000 a year. It's going that cheap because there's not that many buyers who would buy something like this. And now that you've bought it and you start growing it, within 2 years, possibly even earlier, you will have paid off that entire 40,000 that you spent on this business. And if you're clever about the structuring, you could even say to the current owner that, look, I will pay you back slowly over the course of the next 2 years. And so then you literally pay for the business using the revenues from the business itself. So that could be a potential option as well. And let's say then you just leave that to grow. And over the 10-year period, you grow that annual revenue from 20,000 to perhaps 30 or even 40,000, adjusting for inflation and other things as well. That is a very tidy side income, and it is very doable as well. And the other thing that you can do is if, for example, your spouse doesn't work and they have a little bit of spare time once the kids have gone to school, that's when you could buy them a small business. It doesn't have to be as massive as a 40,000 business. It could just be a 10,000 business that you could fund using a loan from your parents, or using, even sometimes people use credit cards so that if they're comfortable that they'll be able to pay them off. And then they will be able to grow that business and add an extra 500, 1,000, 2,000 pounds to their monthly income. That is game changing. And perhaps after 2-3 years, when you realize that, this business is now on autopilot, I can then buy another small business and run that as well. And you add another income stream. So if anything happens to this one, you've got that one as well. And before you know it, you'll have this little portfolio of small businesses that are generating a little bit of revenue each. And that is going to be enough, inshallah, for you to achieve financial freedom as well. The fourth strategy is do a job that you love and reduce your desires for material things. If you are doing a job that you love, then you don't need to find extra time for hobbies and pastimes, because you're doing your hobby and your pastime as your main job. That is a game changer. And if you free yourself from material desires, then what that means is that you literally have more wealth. In Arabic, the word ghina, or wealth, literally means to be free from need. So you could be wealthy if you don't even have a penny to your name. And that is really, really important, because a lot of us, the reason why we want to have this wealth is because we want to buy this, that, and the other. And if we take ourselves away from that desire, then actually we realize that all the free things in life, like spending time with our family, doing salah, looking out into a beautiful garden or visiting a forest, all of these things are completely free, and they're actually probably the things that we will remember and cherish the most when we're on our deathbed. Look, financial freedom means lots of things to different people. For me, it's a means to an end. And if you're not focused on the end, then financial freedom alone is quite an empty strategy. But if you do have that deep, purposeful end in mind, then financial freedom is going to really enable you to have real success in this life and in the hereafter. But if you don't, then it's going to be swapping one prison for another prison. Please like this video and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification as well, so you hear about all of our videos first, and so that we can continue making videos like this for you. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.